From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10, presented by Reliance Jio, powered by Ford Ravin and Hike Messenger in style partner Raymond.
Viewers, welcome back to our second segment of the debate tonight, and it gives me great pleasure to present to you the latest Rahul Gandhi gem. Now, before I share this latest gem, let me tell you about it. How many times has Rahul Gandhi spoken about Doklam and China and how the Indian government has compromised? Innumerable times. At the minimum 1,000 times, at least 500 times during election rallies. He speaks about it everywhere. He speaks about it in Parliament also. Now, it so happened that he went to London and he went to a think tank. I think it was the International Institute of Strategic Studies, not the usual sycophantic group of people where people do a wah-wah at anything he speaks. And then somebody turned up and asked him that, can you please tell me, Mr. Gandhi, since you're criticizing the present government, how would you handle Doklam differently? This is exactly, viewers, it's a deja vu to when I had the opportunity to interview him in January 2019, when I asked him about 1984. What did he say on 1984? He said, well, I wasn't there. And then he drew what I call as a classical intellectual blank. He had nothing to say. In this case, someone asked him, what would you do differently on Doklam? Believe it or not, viewers, the same man who talks about Doklam being Modi government's biggest compromise, and more importantly, a person who's a member of the Standing Committee on External Affairs, which has been given a different briefing on Doklam, he said, I don't have any information about it. Here it is.
Thanks for your remarks. Can I just ask you how you would have handled the Doklam crisis last summer differently to the present government? You've been very critical of the government, but could you be as specific as possible and tell us what your response have looked like?
I don't have the details of Doklam, so I cannot answer how I would have handled it differently.
I can't believe it. He said, I don't have the details of Doklam, so I can't answer how I would have handled it differently. Just play it again, please. Let's play it again once more.
Thanks for your remarks. Can I just ask you how you would have handled the Doklam crisis last summer differently to the present government? You've been very critical of the government, but could you be as specific as possible and tell us what your response have looked like?
I don't have the details of Doklam, so I cannot answer how I would have handled it differently.
Now on the screen I'll show you, viewers, he's a member of the Standing Committee on External Affairs that recently gave a report on Doklam. There's his name out there. If you see on that list out there, number 9 or 10, 8 on the list is Rahul Gandhi. Yet he doesn't know. What do you do with him? And viewers, he's doing this repeatedly. And ladies and gentlemen, Abhishek is going to join us on the phone line in just a bit. Abhishek, a bit of shock and horror over this, you know, given the fact that he's made this such an election issue and now he says, I don't have the details on Doklam. So I can't tell you what I would have done differently about it.
Well, absolutely, Arnab. Only that in this case, he cannot even say that he was not there like he told you about 1984, because he's part of the Standing Committee. The Standing Committee visited areas in Sikkim around Doklam and gave a report full of a lot of advice to the government. Shashi Tharoor happens to be chairing that committee. He is someone who's subordinate to Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi was someone who had met the Chinese ambassador at that time when the Doklam crisis was going on. Yeah. So it's a bluff of sorts, this question by whosoever asked.
Abhishek, this is what I call, and thanks Abhishek for joining us, and before I tell you now his latest, this was his third goof up. His second goof up was on the Muslim Brotherhood issue. Viewers, Rahul Gandhi is typically having what I call a goof up blockbuster moment. Even by his own standards, this is one of his best ever performances. Now, he's landed in London right now. We know what he did in Germany. and he's handled the media a second gem on a platter. 24 hours after that bizarre ISIS theory, remember yesterday he said that the ISIS happens because people don't have jobs. Now he said that the RSS is like a militant Muslim brotherhood group. I don't understand the connection. In fact, people now say to understand Rahul Gandhi, you got to listen to him and then leave him for his own understanding and interpretation. In any case, let's debate. This is what happened.
On the debate tonight, Rahul Gandhi has done it again. First, the ISIS gem.
The network that was excluded from jobs in Iraq, that insurgency slowly entered empty spaces. It entered the empty space in Iraq. It entered the empty space in Syria. And then it connected with the global internet to form the horrific idea called ISIS.
And now, the Muslim Brotherhood comparison to the RSS.
Design issue as well, which is that we are fighting an organization called the RSS that is trying to change the nature of India. See, there is no other organization in India that wants to capture India's institutions. What we're dealing with is a completely new idea. It's an old idea being reborn. And it's similar to the idea that exists in the Arab world with the Muslim Brotherhood.
With one goof up after another on foreign soil, Congress president has given BJP the ammunition it needs.
गौरवशाली, वैभवशाली हिंदुस्तान पर निरंतर आक्रमण करने का काम बंद करिए और ये जो सुपारी आपने लिया हुआ है कि हिंदुस्तान को समाप्त कर देना है. Stop this job of acting as a contract killer of the idea called India.
And for Rahul, who probably doesn't know about the Muslim Brotherhood, here's fact check. It's an extremist Islamist organization banned in 5 nations, responsible for the violent uprising in the Arab world. For a leader whose political career is marked with blunders like these,
Ambedkar, Azad, Patel, all NRIs.
कोका-कोला कंपनी को शुरू करने वाला एक शिकंजी बेचने वाला व्यक्ति था. आलू के किसानों को कहा, ऐसी मशीन लगाऊंगा, इस साइड से आलू घुसेगा, उस साइड से सोना निकलेगा.
The network that was excluded from jobs in Iraq, it connected with the global internet to form the horrific idea called ISIS.
can Rahul Gandhi ever be trusted as a serious politician? Let's debate.
Well, one thing is for sure, he provides a lot of entertainment every evening. But on a serious note, Sundar, endless entertainment. I can tell you, confirmed entertainment. No doubt about it. And on that, he is completely consistent. On a consistent basis, whenever he speaks extempore, especially, you're guaranteed solid entertainment. But at the same time, on a serious note, I want to start the debate by getting, Sundar and Kanchan Gupta to start debating. Sambit will come to you. And you see, the question is, you have gone around every election saying Doklam, 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 Doklam pe dhoka, Dhoklam. You remember the word, 1 minute. You remember what Dhoklam? Now one second. Now there is a very relevant question which is asked out here. The Lutyens lobby which garlands him every time is not going to ask him, but some serious people met him in London and they asked him, Kanchanda, that since you are critical of Doklam, would you please offer an alternative way in which you would have handled the situation? To which immediately he said, no, I can't do anything about it. I can't tell you I would handle. I don't have any details of Doklam. Now, if you don't have details of Doklam, what have you been talking about for the last 1 year? No, Ajay, it's a very serious problem. We have a problem. And yesterday I said, does he not know? Can he not speak? Does he have a problem of knowledge, articulation, language? What? But there is a problem. Don't you realize this? Isn't this a problem, Kanchan Gupta and Sundar?
Yeah, but
What is this?
The problem is IQ and
No, okay. Ajay is opening the debate. Ajay is on the debate. Ajay.
IQ and maturity.
Ajay and Sundar. Okay, Ajay.
The biggest problem with Rahul Gandhi is IQ and maturity. He's gaining in his age. Prime Minister once said very famously. लोगों की उम्र बढ़ रही है, लोगों की उम्र बढ़ रही है, लेकिन दिमाग नहीं बढ़ रहा है.
उम्र क्या बढ़ रही है?
The biggest problem with Rahul Gandhi is his IQ and his maturity in politics. And Sundar or anyone who is backing Rahul Gandhi, they all know this.
I am not backing.
But they have to do this job, so they are doing it. Even the Congress people, the Congress spokesperson tells me in private that what do we do here? We have to do it.
What do they say?
समस्या कांग्रेस के साथ ये है. He is the biggest disaster that has happened to Congress. Nothing else can be said. He is the biggest disaster that has happened. But the worst part is that he is the president of the Congress party and he's demeaning India when he's saying all these things about RSS or criticizing the country outside the nation. This is not accepted. You are demeaning the politics. You are demeaning the
Fine beg on the debate with Ajay. Fine beg.
Goswami साहब
fine beg. Okay, Sundar wait.
के वक्तव्य देते हैं, नाले से गैस निकालकर चाय बनाते हैं, टायर ट्यूब में गैस भर लेते हैं, उनके ज्ञान पर कौन ज्ञान देगा महाराज? अर्नब गोस्वामी
बाहर जाके मुस्लिम की बात करते हैं और हिंदुस्तान के मुसलमानों को कहते हैं बेरोजगार हो तो आईएसआई ज्वाइन कर रहे हो. ये तो हिंदुस्तान के मुसलमानों पर सीधा आक्षेप लगाते हैं कि आप बेरोजगार हो इसलिए आईएसआई ज्वाइन कर रहे हो. आप बताइए ना, क्या हिंदुस्तान का मुसलमान आईएसआई ज्वाइन कर रहा है?
52वां स्वतंत्रता दिवस लोगों को शुभकामनाएं देते हैं, बच्चों से ताली बजवाते हैं जैसा उनको सिखाया गया था. अरे उस ज्ञान पर कौन ज्ञान देगा भाई?
अभी यहाँ पे बात हो रही है राहुल गांधी
देश का प्रधानमंत्री नहीं है. देश के प्रधानमंत्री नाले की गैस से चाय बनवा रहे हैं.
प्रधानमंत्री पे बात नहीं हो रही है.
Kanchan Gupta is on the debate. Kanchan, no, Sundar, you wait.
No, this is unfair. Fine beg. जब भी राहुल गांधी के विषय पे बात होती है, आप इधर उधर की बातें करने लगते हैं. जरा शांत रहिए. Arnab, the biggest problem is, let's come back to Rahul Gandhi. He has talked about Doklam. What if he had even an iota of honesty in him? He would have acknowledged in London that he is a member of the Standing Committee of Parliament. The Standing Committee of Parliament has presented its draft report. A full briefing was done by the Foreign Secretary. A briefing was done by the Army. And yet, Mr. Rahul Gandhi goes to London. In front of an audience, he lies through his teeth to say, I know nothing about Doklam. Therefore, I cannot say what I would have done. Lie number 2, during Doklam standoff, he got a special briefing from the Chinese ambassador. Why is he suppressing that fact? He sought and he got a briefing from the Chinese ambassador. This man is a congenital liar.
Yeah.
No, DK, can I?
I'm telling you.
You are part of all the briefing.
This man, I'm not mincing any words.
Tell us.
This man is a congenital liar. Please do not see him.
No. Kanchanda, one minute. DK. I disagree with you, Kanchanda.
Yes.
I disagree with you because it is possible that he is not a congenital liar.
For a change.
Yes, and may I please complete my sentences? I don't need parentheses, hyphens, or attempts to complete my sentence. I have a little bit more ability with my language and facts than Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Now listen to me, Mr. Giri. And we represent a generation of India that has worked hard, that is proud of its merit, not this hollow absence of substance that Rahul Gandhi has come to represent. Please, okay? Please,
Yeah, but he has shown, he has been truthful.
Oh God, again a psychophancy on television. Psychophancy on television, Mr. Giri. Does you know good?
Come on.
Hear me, Mr. Giri. Hear me, Mr. Giri. I am actually on your side. I am giving the benefit of doubt. I offer the benefit of doubt. I offer the benefit of doubt. Okay, listen. Okay, here's the point. Maybe.
The standard we should maintain.
Oh God, DK, what do you have against me? Why don't you let me speak a sentence?
I am asking Sambit Patra.
You are the one who keeps changing hats, not me.
And people are listening all in Jharkhand.
Okay, my point here is
before
Sambit comes in.
Same hat or no? I am asking Sambit Babu, how did he compare it to a supari giving?
Okay, no, Sambit, before Sambit comes in, viewers, I want to give you a multiple choice question at 10 o'clock tonight. And my multiple choice question on this evening is this.
Oh, yes.
Is this, viewers, is Rahul Gandhi doing it A, because he's a congenital liar, as Kanchan Gupta said, B, because he does not understand, because he has a problem maybe with comprehension. See, does Rahul Gandhi have the ability to attend a Ministry of External Affairs Standing Committee event, and even if he were to be given the documents regarding the matter, would he have the ability to go through it and make sense of it? It's a reasonable question to ask. It's a democracy. Why would we not ask ourselves the question?
Kanchan Gupta
Can I answer?
Very uncouth and rude in his remark.
Right.
Yeah.
Kanchan.
Yeah, I would like to
Professor Giri.
Yeah?
Professor, just a second. Professor Giri has taken my name, so I have a right to answer over here. Professor Giri, allow me a few seconds. Thank you, Professor Giri. You are a very sweet person. And let me compliment on your look tonight. You look like a cowboy, but remember, the biggest cowboy still remains Mr. Rahul Gandhi. You cannot beat him. Remember, howsoever hard.
I'm in Ranchi.
Okay, good. Let me now let me come to the topic. Okay, sir. Let me come to the topic. Professor Giri, few seconds. Now, I'm tempted, Mr. Goswami, to speak a line or two about Mr. Rahul Gandhi and thereafter the topic. As far as Mr. Rahul Gandhi is concerned, the biggest problem is he knows nothing, speaks everything. Knows nothing, speaks everything. And remember, Mr. Rahul Gandhi was speaking about empty space, as to how empty spaces in Syria, etc., were occupied by ISIS, and how empty spaces in India would be occupied by ISIS if there is joblessness. The biggest problem is... Sir, just a second, sir. Professor Giri, just 10 seconds. Professor Giri, just 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds. Giri Babu, just 10 seconds, please, and then you can take on me.
Okay,
Giri Babu, I request you, I beg you, you are my senior, I respect you, just 10 seconds. See, Rahul Gandhi was speaking about empty space. The biggest problem is he is the biggest owner of an empty space. Approximately about how many inches this would be? 3 inches from the tongue. So if you don't fill your space with knowledge, with maturity, with some amount of studies, this is what is going to happen. Facts are going to be the casualties. Facts are going to be casualties. And let me tell you over here, Mr. Giri, you wanted to hear me? How dare Mr. Rahul Gandhi compare RSS and BJP with a terror organization?
Oh, yeah, Sundar is on the left side. Sundar is on the way.
You are a parliamentarian. How dare you do that? How dare you compare my organization, BJP, and how dare you compare RSS with a terror organization? I tell you, don't dare do that. Don't dare do that. This is a democratic country, but that does not mean you would demean your own government this way. How dare?
Saraswati on 2nd May 2018. What he said? BJP RSS caused biggest damage to Hinduism. He said this on 2nd May 2018.
Why are you running to Shankaracharya? Come back. Don't run to Shankaracharya.
Who's the keeper of Hinduism?
Don't run to Shankaracharya, sir. हम ही मुक्ति दिला देंगे आप लोगों को 2019 में, sir. नहीं. You don't have to go to Shankaracharya for mukti. We will give you mukti in 2019. Congress Mukta Bharat. Come to us. Don't go to Shankaracharya.
This is what is stated by the chief of the
Arnab, why is running to Shankaracharya? इधर आइए. Don't go to Shankaracharya. We will give you mukti. We promise we'll give you mukti. Congress mukti.
That is for me to achieve.
Congress Mukta Bharat by 2019.
No.
We will give you. Bhavasagar se mukti. Bhavasagar se mukti to Congress party in 2019.
कि बीजेपी और आरएसएस
बिल्कुल कांग्रेस मुक्त भारत. अरे don't run to Shankaracharya. What is?
देखिए सर,
Mr. Goswami, leaving aside every kind of leaving aside every kind of trivial joke, trivial comments, Mr. Balakrishnan, Mr. Balakrishnan, do you, Mr. Balakrishnan, a single question, a simple
okay, one minute, Sundar, wait,
do you mean to say that RSS and BJP are terror organizations?
Sundar, wait, Bhai Baldeep on the debate. Bhai Baldeep is on the debate. Bhai Baldeep is on the debate. Anurag Bhadoria is on the debate.
Sundar, allow me a few seconds.
I request, no, I'm sorry, sir. Sambit, let me moderate this. No, Sambit, you'll have to stop. You'll have to stop.
I just want a few seconds.
No, Sambit, you'll have to stop. No, Sambit, you'll have to stop. No, Sambit, you'll have to stop. Anurag Bhadoria is asking a counter question. Anurag Bhadoria.
पूछना चाहता हूँ
अनुराग भदौरिया,
मैं पात्रा ये बता दीजिए, हाय हमारी बदनसीबी जो भारत में पैदा हो गए, हर भारतवासी कोसता था कि किस देश में पैदा हो गए। ये आप बता दीजिए, किसने बोला था विदेश की धरती पे? ये किसने बोला था हमारी बदनसीबी जो भारत में पैदा हो गए?
बीजेपी आतंकवादी संगठन है कि नहीं, इसका बता दीजिए पहले आप बता दीजिए, आरएसएस और बीजेपी आतंकवादी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है क्या? बाकी सब कुछ बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे, मैं बाकी सब कुछ बाद में डिस्कस करूंगा, पहले आप माफी मांगिए। आप लोग जो राहुल गांधी के साथ खड़े हैं, आप पहले माफी मांगिए। ये हरा कुर्ता पहन के रोज रोज हम लोग को गाली देने से नहीं चलेगा। आप पहले माफी मांगिए देश से।
सोच है कि आप संविधान आपकी बंधुआ सोच है।
मिस्टर गोस्वामी, आई एम astonished that these people are saying that we are terror organizations.
फिर आप किस जनता को प्यार करते हो बता दो, किस राष्ट्र की बात करते हो? उस राष्ट्र के संविधान को नहीं मानते, उस राष्ट्र के तिरंगे को नहीं मानते, फिर किस राष्ट्र की बात करते हो? मैं हिंदुस्तान की बात करता हूँ, आप किस हिंदुस्तान की बात करते हो? ये बता दीजिए। मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ, एमनेस्टी ऑफ इंडिया, आप राहुल जी की बात छोड़िए, राहुल गांधी की बात छोड़िए, जनता की बात कीजिए। जनता ने जिनको आपको चुना है, उस जनता के लिए आपने क्या किया? एमनेस्टी ऑफ इंडिया बोलती है, उसका सर्वे में है कि सबसे ज्यादा अगर आपने
रीडिंग फ्रॉम अ पेपर, प्रफुल्ल केतकर सर, प्रफुल्ल केतकर भाई बलदीप, प्रफुल्ल केतकर भाई बलदीप, प्रफुल्ल केतकर भाई बलदीप, प्रफुल्ल केतकर भाई बलदीप, कम ऑन प्रफुल्ल केतकर, one simple question is, I'd like to come in, प्रफुल्ल केतकर भाई बलदीप, प्रफुल्ल केतकर भाई बलदीप, Anurag, stop. I want to pause and everyone quiet for a minute. And I want to say something. See, in Rahul Gandhi lives in a world of his own. And it's a curious world, and in that world, according to Rahul Gandhi, ISIS was created because there were no jobs, RSS is a terrorist organization, and there is a problem with Indian culture. If you take the sum total, and he said publicly that there's a problem with Indian culture. Now my question to you, Bhai Baldeep, is by the same light, I wonder why Rahul Gandhi does not use his UK visit to say that the Popular Front of India, whose members have been charge-sheeted by the National Investigation Agency for carrying out terrorist attacks, is a terrorist organization. He never says that the SDPI, which uses the name PFI as its ideology as an entry into politics, should be banned as an organization in India. He does not even go to the UK and say even once that Zakir Naik, who justified suicide bombings, I hope you can hear me, Bhai Baldeep. Zakir Naik, who justifies suicide bombings, Sundar is quiet now.
I'm not
right. We're saying the following, Ajay Alok, that with the guidance of so-and-so, suicide bombing can be used as a last resort in self-defense. He does not talk about Indian Mujahideen. He only talks about the RSS.
So why is center silent on Sanatan Sanstha? Why is center silent on that?
Ajay Alok.
In spite of the state government here in Maharashtra.
Ajay Alok and Bhai Baldeep. Ajay Alok. Sundar sir.
Why is center sleeping on that?
नकल के लिए भी अकल चाहिए सुंदर जी, ये बात तो मानेंगे ना, नकल के लिए भी अकल चाहिए।
राहुल गांधी का सनातन संस्था के बारे में बात कर रहा हूं।
ऑडियंस बुलाते हैं बात करने के लिए, क्योंकि देश में ऑडियंस के पास जब जाते हैं तो बैंगलोर में क्या हुआ सबने देखा। देश के ऑडियंस के पास जाने की हिम्मत नहीं है। बैंगलोर में गए छात्रों के पास, छात्रों ने वैसे सवाल किए कि वापस लौटना पड़ गया। तो अब विदेश में ऑडियंस बुला रहे हैं कि अपनी बात सुना के मैसेज इंडिया तक पहुंचाएं। लेकिन भाई नकल में भी अकल चाहिए, कम से कम इतनी बात तो करिए। मैं सिर्फ इतना कह रहा हूं कि अपने देश का क्रिटिसिज्म बाहर क्यों कर रहे हो? जो करना देश के अंदर करो बैठ के। उसकी तो आपको हिम्मत है नहीं, क्योंकि आपको सुनने वाला कोई नहीं मिलता है। आप जाते हो नौजवानों के बीच में बेंगलोर यूनिवर्सिटी में, वहां पे छात्र आपको हूट कर देते हैं। प्रॉब्लम ये है कि यू डोंट हैव द सब्सटेंस, ये बात आप लोग सब जानते हैं, इसीलिए तो महागठबंधन में नेता चुनने की समस्या हो रही है। अखिलेश यादव की पार्टी से पूछ लीजिए, किसी ने बयान का समर्थन नहीं किया, लेकिन राहुल गांधी समर्थन नहीं करेंगे, ले आएंगे प्रधानमंत्री मोदी पे। देश में क्या हो रहा है साहब? अरे यहाँ बात हो रही है राहुल गांधी।
आप जवाब दीजिए कि अभी मुजफ्फरपुर में बच्चियों के साथ अन्याय हुआ, आपके मुख्यमंत्री ने इस्तीफा
आप ये बताइए मिस्टर भदौरिया, मिस्टर भदौरिया ये बताइए, राहुल गांधी कहते हैं कि हिंदुस्तानी मुसलमान ISIS ज्वाइन कर रहा है, क्या ये सही है? आप मानते हैं इस बात को? हरा कुर्ता पहन के बैठ गए यहाँ पे, हिंदुस्तान के मुसलमान
40 बच्चियों के साथ बलात्कार
करते हैं आप लोग, और ऐसी बात को आप सपोर्ट करते हैं।
आवाज को क्या
हिंदुस्तान का मुसलमान ईमानदार है, आपकी आवाज का परस्त नहीं है,
तो बहुत नैतिकता की जिम्मेदारी लेते
जा रहा है।
हैं, उन्होंने क्यों नहीं रिजाइन किया? मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ,
राहुल गांधी आपको नेता
जो कल्प्रिट है, जिसके यहाँ जाके मुख्यमंत्री जी जाते थे,
मुसलमान के खिलाफ इतनी बड़ी बात राहुल गांधी ने सवाल उठाया,
इतनी नैतिकता की बात करते हो, देश को बेवकूफ बनाते हो, अपने समय
बोलिए राहुल गांधी आपका नेता नहीं हो,
आपका मोबाइल खराब हो जाता है।
अरे बोलिए तो फिर जोर से ना कि राहुल गांधी मेरे नेता हैं,
आपको जनता को छोड़ के
क्या बात है, क्या बात है? हरे कुर्ता, अरे मुसलमानों पे सवाल उठाया राहुल गांधी ने, शर्म नहीं आती आपको? राहुल गांधी को क्रिटिसाइज तक नहीं कर रहे, हरा कुर्ता पहन के बैठ गए यहाँ पे।
मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ,
कह रहे हैं हिंदुस्तानी मुसलमान ISIS ज्वाइन कर रहा है।
अरे मैं जनता की बात करता हूँ, मुसलमान हिंदू की बात कर रहा हूँ, जनता की बात करता हूँ, जनता को हिंदू मुसलमान में मत बांटो, जनता ये राष्ट्र है, ये हिंदुस्तानी है, हिंदुस्तानी की बच्चों के साथ अपना अन्याय किया था। आपका तो चेहरा भी नहीं है टीवी पे, किस बेशर्मी से आप टीवी पे आते हो?
मानते नहीं है, मुसलमानों को ISIS में भेज देंगे। भैया वोट किससे लोगे? इटली
आप हिंदू मुस्लिम की बात करते हो, आप हमें डिवाइड करना चाहते हो देश को।
हरा कुर्ता पहन के कुछ नहीं होगा।
अरे आप देश को डिवाइड करना, अरे हिंदुस्तानी की बात करो ना, आप राहुल जी की बात छोड़िए।
I had raised another point. Bhai Baldeep and Kanchan Gupta, those who will be the most well behaved on my program, I'll give them an opportunity first tonight. The best behaved person on the program is Bhai Baldeep, who has not spoken a word, and the second best behaved person on the program is Kanchan Gupta, who's patiently awaiting his turn. But when I look at Kanchan Gupta, I get a feeling that he's worried about the future of India. He's laughing here. Sundar is laughing. Sundar, you're laughing. You see, the worry is about the future of India. That what if Rahul Gandhi were to get a shot at leadership in this country, what the hell is going to happen? See, the moment I mentioned it, the light went and now it's back in Bhai Baldeep's life. Question here is this. On a serious point, I wish to make this point. This Hindu bashing has to stop. I say it simply. The reality in India is this, and people may not like it, but terrorist groups who claim to be inspired by fanatic beliefs, falsely claiming their origins to Islam, are the groups which have carried out maximum dehshatgardi and terrorism in India. Point number one. Does Rahul Gandhi talk about them? Not once. Does Rahul Gandhi talk about Simi? No. Will he talk about RSS? Yes. Will he talk about ISIS? No. RSS? Yes. Will he talk about Indian Mujahideen? No. RSS? Yes. Will he talk about PFI? No. RSS? Yes. Question is simple. If Rahul Gandhi sees the Hindu-dominated RSS as a terrorist organization, then why does he not say a word about the Lashkar-e-Toiba? Rahul Gandhi almost feels, if you listen to him, Bhai Baldeep, you get a feeling he doesn't want to upset Hafiz Saeed. He doesn't want to upset the Bhatkal brothers. He doesn't want to upset the Popular Front of India. He just goes, in fact, he provides a justification for ISIS, saying poor ISIS had to become ISIS because poor fellows got no jobs. But bad RSS is going around killing people. What a lie. Which terrorist activity has the RSS carried out, Bhai Baldeep? No, it's not a joke. You want to do Hindu bashing on foreign soil. You want to say that Bharatiya Sabhyata mein galti hai.
The first thing you should be thankful to Rahul is for saying what he said so that you get a topic to debate about.
No, I don't. This is a serious subject. This is a serious subject. This is also a serious subject.
I have to quip at
his lack of knowledge is itself dangerous.
On one hand, he says, do not talk about the Shankaracharya. But then he calls one of the panelists as if he were a cowboy.
Summit.
That is two of the observations. Now, talking of coming to the debate, you see, I am not for equating RSS or any
Rahul,
institution or organization of the country with any other organization out there in other parts of the world.
Rahul has said something very interesting tonight. Do you know?
But the BJP and RSS leaders will have
Congress
to understand and accept the fact that there are serious problems with the way RSS and BJP have conducted themselves in the country.
Bhai Baldeep, I have a serious question of you. I have a serious question, Bhai Baldeep. I respect you a lot.
Minorities
I know you are going to answer me.
And RSS
Rahul
leaders.
Gandhi has said
they have
that the Congress party had nothing to do with
lynchings. Dr. Sambit Patra.
With the 1984,
no,
sir, you are talking
I can talk to you about 1984. I can talk to you about 1984 anytime, any day. Let's keep 2 hours for the debate, and you will have no place to hide in the country. I have no problems about that. But the fact that RSS and BJP have insulted the country.
I want to ask you, Bhai Baldeep, 1 minute. Bhai Baldeep, I want to ask you one thing. Bhai Baldeep, Sambit, please wait. Bhai Baldeep, listen to me. Listen to me, Bhai Baldeep. Listen to me. Listen to me, Bhai Baldeep. Listen to me, Bhai Baldeep. Bhai Baldeep, listen to me now. Listen to me. Listen to me now. Listen to me. I know you can hear me. Don't pretend. Question here is that when I interviewed Rahul Gandhi on 1984, and Prafulla Ketkar will remember this.
Yes.
At that point of time, I said, were congressmen involved? I asked him 3 times. He was drawing a blank. His expression had gone blank, like he did not know what I was talking about. But then that's a common occurrence, so I ignored it. But he said, when I asked him, he said some congressmen were involved. And now in London, he said congressmen are not involved. Congress is not involved. So in 2004, no. So is he having a memory loss issue? Is he having a memory loss issue? Does he have a memory problem also? Does he have a memory problem also on top of the other problems intellectually? Prafula Ketkar. What on earth is going on?
Discussing there. Why ISIS? Why ISIS? Why Muslim Brotherhood? Who is feeding him? Who is feeding him this narrative? You know, is he preparing himself for the 2019 job? Because he will be jobless. Many Congress will be jobless, and that's why they can join the extremist group.
I think it's debatable.
This is, please try and understand, ISIS, Al-Qaeda and Muslim Brotherhood, they stand for Islamic State. They stand for Sharia state. Sharia state where only one religion is imposed by the state. What RSS talks about is Hindu Rashtra and not Hindu state. There is no theocracy here. Bharat is Hindu Rashtra because we celebrate diversity, we celebrate and respect all ways of worship. That is Hindu Rashtra. It is not equivalent to Hindu state. So, this is a pattern. Hindu terror, Hindu Pakistan, and now ISIS or Muslim Brotherhood reference to RSS. All this is a pattern that is going on internationally. Why he is speaking so in Germany, then in London, that is also in International Institute of Strategic Studies. Is he addressing Indian audience there?
See, I don't have two viewers who are asking me tonight. One second. Just a minute. Prafula. I want to speak to the viewers for a minute. You see. Two viewers who are asking me tonight that they want me to play the clip of my interview with Rahul Gandhi, where he said that congressmen were involved. Well, I have now moved on and we have launched Republic. The channel which I used to head, for 10 years would have access to the archive, and if they wish, I give them the permission gladly to use my interview, because my interview would be in their archives, and therefore I'm duty bound to say that I give them the permission to use that clip so that they can put it in the context of what he has said now. Forget the fact that I am not heading that channel anymore, but do play that clip. I implore that channel, play the clip, and then contrast it with what it's saying now. That is national duty. In fact, they should do it. I have no objection with my interview being run. But if you say to me in 2014 that congressmen were involved in 1984, and with absolute shamelessness you flip in 2018 and you say Congress was not involved, then I'm sorry, but that's a blatant lie, Ajay Alok. I hope that the channel I used to head will have the editorial maturity to play this clip. It is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Submit.
Bhai Baldeep is trying to defend Rahul Gandhi tonight.
Submit.
I have a question from Bhai Baldeep. With such kind of statement, Bhai Baldeep is trying to defend Rahul. He should not. And a very... No, Bhai Baldeep, let me complete. Let's not fight over each other.
You cannot be unfair.
Mr. Goswami, I have a very important question over here. I mean, when Mr. Rahul Gandhi was speaking in London, when Mr. Rahul Gandhi was speaking in Germany, remember he said umpteen number of times that Doklam was a failure, that Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Modi did not know how Doklam was coming to India. And subsequently, after about a few minutes, when one of the audiences asked a question, what would you have done if you would have been the Prime Minister in case of Doklam? He raises his hands and says, oh, I do not know anything about Doklam. If you knew nothing about Doklam, what were you shouting all these years in India,
shameful.
saying that Doklam was... I don't understand that. And remember,
no.
Doklam was happening in India. When Doklam was happening in India, Professor Giri, when Doklam was happening in India, Rahul Gandhi along with his family...
Okay, 2 into 2. We get Ajay Alok also in. Ajay Alok also wants to come in on this.
Yes, but you said...
You can't do this. You can't do this. You can't say this. No, you can't say this. Viewers, this is utterly confusing. This is utterly confusing. And I repeat right now, I request the channel which I headed for over a decade. And on that channel, when I was there, I had done an interview with Rahul Gandhi. They should take out my old clip. I have no problems if they play it, but they must. If they don't, then what do I say? They must play my old clip and then run this clip and then show the contrast. They are duty bound to do that. Duty bound to do that. Because if you say one day Chinese are in Doklam, next day I don't have any solution to Doklam. Next minute, I don't have enough details on Doklam. If you don't have details on Doklam, then why do you say Chinese are in Doklam? Secondly, you say one day congressmen were involved in 1984 riots, then you turn around and say congressmen were not involved. Then you go and say you embarrass the whole country by being the only individual on planet Earth to build a justification for ISIS, apart from maybe Osama bin Laden. Then you say that the RSS are terrorists. Then you say that Indian culture also has a problem. But the Bharatiya Sabhyata mein bhi galti hai. Bhai, there is a limit. There is absolutely a limit to this.
But what is the
There's absolutely a limit to this. DK?
Galti lies with Rahul Gandhi
DK?
only. That's the reason as to why she is Galti everywhere.
DK, what is this? This is not, no normal person talks like this.
He is not entitled to his views.
Yeah, but no normal person does this.
Let him have, it is a democracy.
But no normal person does this.
Professor Giri, you are a professor, sir. No, Professor Giri, please don't try to trivialize saying that doesn't he have a view to everything. He is no Tom, Dick and Harry that he's supposed to have a view about everything. Then he's going to go and rant his views in a foreign destination, sir. He was speaking on a platform which was represented by 33 nations. Sir, Professor, hear me out, Professor. 33 countries were present on that platform. 33 countries had sent their representatives. When you go there, when you say there is a problem, Indians are uncultured. When you go there and say that the Indian government is a terrorist organization, what do you expect? What do you expect out of the people across the globe?
Why to insult the Indian civilization?
What is wrong with that?
Why to insult the Hindus?
What is wrong with that?
Why to insult the minorities of India?
What is wrong with that?
He is insulting everybody, including his family and his party.
You are biased, you are authoritarian, you are rude.
No, you see, there is a problem. Kanchan Gupta is on the debate.
My God, Professor,
I'd like Ajay Alok to come in with Sundar. Ajay Alok and Sundar back on the debate right now for a minute. I take a break from the others. Ajay Alok and Sundar are back on the debate. Viewers, listen, this debate is, it's 10:37, lot of views here. I also want to ask another question here, and I want a one-on-one right now, and everyone listen. Sambit, allow your partner, you don't want the JDU to leave you before 2019. You're having some problems these days. I don't want to talk about it.
No, we are together.
Bad.
We are together.
You'll
we will
feel
be
bad.
together for all time.
No, you'll feel. You see, I'll tell you one thing. The humor is that you're not going.
I want to remind you. I want to remind you, Mr. Goswami, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the famous pictures, the 4 pictures, looking this side, looking that side, looking up, looking down. What was he doing? Searching for Mahagathbandhan ki alliance.
Okay, thank you. Nice one. बहुत अच्छा, वाह. Listen to me. Question here is, I have a problem with Muslim bashing. I have a problem with Hindu bashing also. I have a problem with Hindu bashing. You see, the RSS calls itself a unique socio-cultural organization dedicated to India's resurgence and global peace.
No community should be bashed.
Yeah, they should not be bashed. My question is, and I'll get Kanchan also into this, but Sundar is debating right now.
No community.
Now listen, have you changed your hat? Have you changed your hat yet? You're wearing the same hat through the program.
You can see I'm wearing the same hat.
Professor Giri, were you the professor under whom? No, Professor Giri, were you the professor under whom Rahul were you the professor under whom Rahul has done his thesis? I doubt sometimes. I have these doubts. Were you the professor who signed his thesis?
You know, well, he doesn't have a PhD. Sambit Patra, you are a doctor and I'm a doctor. He is not.
Of course, he will never have a PhD if he is under you. No. Of course, that we know. No, that we know. He will never complete his PhD. That we know. Nor will he ever come into government. That we know. But was he under you as you as the professor? I doubt. Oh, that's right. Achha. So you have taught him all these things. But
Sambit Babu, forget about PhDs. That is not important.
You must understand this. You must understand. I'm looking at the phraseology. Professor, you don't have to be an expert in linguistics. I'll explain to you.
Yes.
But you need a bit of a behavioral scientist to understand the construct of what Rahul Gandhi has said. Kanchan Gupta, please listen to me carefully. This is the most convoluted sentence
Arnab, that Oxford, you know the British culture.
Sir, I tell you, one minute. No. DK response to you. One line response to you.
Yes.
I happen to have studied at Oxford, that too on a scholarship, many years back, right? But I am a proud graduate of Hindu College, Delhi University, and Kendriya Vidyalaya Gun Carriage Factory number 1, Jabalpur. Do not try to project me like an Anglophile. I am not.
Yes.
Okay? I am a Hindu college hosteler, North Campus, Delhi University. I'm a pretty grounded guy. Don't try to show me as some highfalutin thing. 1 minute, I go back to the issue. The issue of the debate is Rahul Gandhi. And on this sentence, Kanchan Gupta, I was saying, if you see the sentence, I have the wording. Question to Rahul Gandhi is the following. How would you have handled the Doklam crisis from last summer differently from the current government? You've been critical in the past, but can you be specific enough and tell us? Okay, first time he's asked on specifics. Kanchan Gupta, listen to this. Rahul Gandhi, I don't have the details of Doklam, so I cannot answer. How I would have answered it, how I would have handled it differently.
Nobody had the details.
No. That's
not
true. No, second point. Second point. Kanchan Gupta, let me continue. Kanchan Gupta, this is the award-winning answer. Kanchan Gupta, the award-winning answer. You need to have the patience to listen. DK, will you not give me background music for a minute, please? Okay, Sundar on the left, please be quiet for a minute, please, sir. Please be patient with me.
I'm asking.
He then says, what I can say to you is this. Long pause. Doklam is not an unrelated episode. Makes no sense. It is not a one-off. It is not a border issue. This is the first person on planet Earth who says Doklam is not a border issue. It's like saying poverty is a state of mind. Or today when I got up at night or whatever he said, I don't forget it. Doklam is a crisis that happened because the government is episodic. The government and the Prime Minister view things as part of an event perspective. You know, this vocabulary. I view Doklam as a process, as a point in a process. I mean, for God's sake, is this a bad lesson in philosophy being given by some third grade teacher? So I would look at the process and tackle the process. And I'm pretty convinced that Doklam wouldn't have happened, because if you had watched the process, then the process.
So how many
and then he says, next question.
So how many process?
This is verbatim what Rahul Gandhi. You may find it unbelievable. He actually talks like this. Sundar, what are you talking about? His words.
This is the same man who hears a bunch of bees buzzing in his ears. Try to understand. He's just not there. I mean,
who talks like this?
Doklam is a process, and then at the same time he says, I don't know what happened in Doklam.
No, he says, listen. I'll tell you what he says. I'll tell you what he says. First he says, 1 minute, look at the gems again, 1 minute. Sundar, wait, there's a moment. First he says, I don't know, I don't have the details, so I can't tell you I would have handled it differently. Then he says it's not a border issue. Then he says it's a crisis because government is episodic. I view Doklam as a process, and not just that, as a point in a process. Viewers, do you understand this? Ajay, do you understand this? I view it as a process and as a point in a process.
There are only two explanations.
Who talks like this?
Arnab, there are only two explanations for this.
What is this?
There are only two explanations for this.
Who can interpret this?
Is that he has a comprehension problem, or the second, he does not believe in telling the truth.
Sambit, this is a serious problem.
The benefit of doubt.
And then, you can do this. I'll tell you one more thing. One more point, please. You see, you can get into this Gyan mode. You can get into this Gyan mode, but you can't do this on an international platform. You do what you have to inside the Congress office. You can't do this on a global platform.
Mr. Goswami.
Who talks like this?
Let me tell you as to what is the real issue.
Who talks like this?
Gandhi's concern. In the Doklam issue, I can tell you, Rahul Gandhi will never take any responsibility. All that he can do is allege an abuse. He can conveniently, without any facts in hand, can allege the government, abuse the government out of his hatred for Mr. Modi.
Mr. Sambit Patra, I want to ask you, when you were in opposition, did you take any responsibility other than going on strike? Other than going on roads for price rise, for petrol price, did you not go on strike? Did you not go on roads?
Did you take
any responsibility? I want to ask you. So how can you expect the opposition to take any responsibility?
मुझे बोलने दीजिए.
Sir, मेरा ये question का answer तो दे दो.
I'm not attacking you, sir. I'm talking about Rahul Gandhi.
You are not the
spokesperson for Rahul Gandhi.
Why don't you want to talk about wasn't he the... No, what's it? Sundar.
Why are you so offended, sir? Let me complete a few sentences.
Sundar, don't say you don't want to talk about Rahul Gandhi now because
Sundarji.
No, but
I'm only saying...
You said that he was the future hope.
You are not, that's why.
I never said...
That's why you are not from Congress, so allow me, I'm not attacking you. I'm talking about Rahul Gandhi, allow me a few seconds.
So you're disowning Rahul Gandhi
and then you can jump in.
So you're disowning. Are you disowning him?
Sundarji.
No, Sundar has disowned him. Kanchan, Sundar has disowned Rahul Gandhi.
I don't like... You said, Mr. Sambit Patra, what you said...
Who would like
Kanchan,
I want to ask you, what is the responsibility you took when you were in opposition? You tell me that. Other than going on roads for price rise, for petrol hike.
Kanchan, a serious point. Sundar, please. So, Sundar, I think it is grave injustice done to the 3,600 Sikhs who died in 1984.
Yeah.
When the president
and also
of the Congress goes and says that the Congress was not involved in it. What kind of... I mean, you are controverting history. You are controverting
facts.
With
only looking at one side.
What forgiveness?
You are looking at only one side.
The infamous
when you point fingers at others, you also think that three fingers are pointing at you.
You want to...
What were you doing in Babri Masjid?
You want to cover up...
What did you do in Babri Masjid?
Sundar, I'm asking you a straight question.
Always you're talking about 1984. I'm accepting 1984 is a Congress baby. I'm accepting. But you're not accepting Babri Masjid?
I want to make a point now.
What are you saying?
I want to make a point, Sundar, and why I think...
What is there to accept in Babri Masjid?
Why? 1992, whose creation is it? Whose creation is Babri Masjid? Whose creation is that? I want to ask
1992, a disputed structure was brought down.
But who created? But is that the way to protest? Is that the way to protest?
Okay, Sundar, don't change the goalpost. Don't change the goalpost.
When you are talking about
You're changing the goalpost. Don't do this. 1 second. 1 minute. Wait. Ajay Alok. And Ajay, you better come in on your own because you're larger alliance partner. Otherwise, will not give you the space. You see. Now make a point here. Sundar, Sambit is a busy man with a phone in one hand and the finger up in the other. This is to be seen. Sambit, wait a minute. Sambit, wait a minute.
No.
Sambit, wait a minute. Sambit, wait a minute.
Someone was suggesting as to what I should say about Rahul.
No, who's suggesting to you, Sambit?
Again, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi.
The whole justification.
One sec.
People, you should open up the phone lines. Otherwise, the viewers
I feel like, okay, I can't hear everyone. I can't hear everyone. I wish to make one point.
In retrospect,
it was a viewer who had called me saying that I want to talk.
Destroyed
you should open the phone lines and you should take the feedback of people from Rahul Gandhi.
Even Taj Mahal has to be now brought down.
Okay.
What are you talking?
Sambit, 1 minute. Sambit,
you are doing a great disservice to the Sikh community.
And you want to change defense of our country
you are doing a great
that?
disservice to the Sikh community by standing with the statement of Rahul Gandhi that Congress had no hand in 1984 riots.
Viewers, 1 point. Thank you. I want to speak. Sambit, wait a minute. I wish to tell you, viewers, that this is going to become controversial because the RSS is upset for the following reasons. Rahul Gandhi's problem is he did not read up before speaking. And that is, now I'm also concerned about whether, had he read up, whether he would have understood, but that is a second level of concern. You see, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, who leads the ISIS, was part of the Muslim Brotherhood first. He moved from the Muslim Brotherhood to violent Salafism of Al-Qaeda, and then he broke away from Al-Qaeda to get ISIS. So when you compare RSS to Muslim Brotherhood, then you are comparing Mohan Bhagwat to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. So it's secondly, even Osama bin Laden was brainwashed at a university by the Muslim Brotherhood. So you got to be really careful.
You are stretching your imagination.
No.
You are stretching it too far.
What imagination?
Arnab Goswami, you
what
are
am I
stretching it too far.
Am I wrong here on facts?
What taking it too far?
What I have given you facts.
What taking it too far?
What am I wrong with?
If
What facts are wrong with what I have stated?
You want to deny that he never said it.
Of your imagination.
Was Baghdadi not in what Baghdadi did he not flow from the Muslim Brotherhood?
He did.
Rahul Gandhi has said something. Why are you trying to prove that he did not say?
Don't put words to his mouth.
Are you his alter ego or what? You are going to decide what he said and what he didn't say. It's on record.
I am speaking the facts.
And let me also tell you, the ISIS comment was not terribly original. 2009, Obama said the same thing, and he was lampooned. Every American commentator, every analyst, every cartoonist lampooned Obama for saying this.
Okay, viewers.
So it's a borrowed thought.
Viewers,
people don't remember.
Viewers, after we discuss, viewers, just I want to tell you one thing. You know.
I want to say that. Just 10 seconds. I was talking to someone from Kerala, and that lady said that tell Mr. Goswami that Rahul Gandhi, you should realize that the RSS workers who were busy in relief operations, RSS workers who are busy in rehabilitation operations in Kerala, they are not terrorists, sir. They are not terrorists.
I thank you all for joining me tonight, viewers, and I hope we don't get another headline tomorrow from Rahul Gandhi because it's just getting unbearable. I hope he sticks to the script. Milind Deora, Shashi Tharoor, whoever's tutoring him, Manish Tiwari, please give him a script and let him stay by the script. Actually, let him speak up. We'll get to know a little bit more about him. See you tomorrow evening at 9 o'clock, viewers. Till then, good night and goodbye.